There's an underrated focus attack in SIFU that has become one of my favorite tools to use in the game. I'm talking about vertical strikes. I noticed a lot of players saying they only use eye gouge or strong sweep, and that 2-bar focus attacks like vertical strikes aren't worth it. I would agree in most cases, but vertical strikes actually results in some of the highest damage in the game when combined with animation canceling. We'll start really simple. By doing 2 heavy attacks into a duck cancel, holding block and tapping down, you can do 2 heavy attacks again. This is basic animation canceling in SIFU combos. This allows you to do unique punishes like heavy, cancel, heavy, raining strikes. I like to put raining strikes at the end of a combo for the extra focus regain. The stun window granted by counter hits and focus attacks varies across enemies. Let's take 4 as our examples. Sean's Disciple, a Flash Kick Girl, a buffed normal guy, and a bodyguard. After avoiding a Disciple's attack, and for that matter most enemies, we can get 2 repetitions of heavy as a punish. I'm not saying this is the ideal punish, we're just using it as our measurement. A counter hit punish on a Flash Kick Girl has her blocking the second hit of the second heavy string. The same goes for the buffed guy. A bodyguard blocks the second hit of the first string, so only 1 hit lands. So we've established different stun durations. This also applies to using focus attacks. Eye gouge, for example. A Disciple blocks the 4th hit after an eye gouge. Flash Kick Girl, buffed guys, and bodyguard all block hit number 3. This shows us that eye gouge stun is different for every enemy, just like counter hit stun. This also applies to bosses. Bosses have different stun durations, allowing for different optimal punishes. If I'm punishing the botanist with heavy, cancel, heavy raining strikes, I can't get that punish on Sean. I have to cut it by 1 hit, and just do 1 heavy, cancel, then heavy raining strikes. So let's get into vertical strikes. If you spend 2 bars on vertical strikes, the amount of stun applied to enemies borders on obscene. I'm just calling it mega stun. You can straight up kill the biggest enemies in the game from max HP if you use animation cancels. I've found the most practical application of this tech to be isolating dangerous enemies in near-death moments, and especially in boss fights. It can be hard to use vertical strike combos when there's more than 1 enemy in front of you, so you have to make that situation happen. Here's a moment where I just couldn't deal with the 2 Flash Kick Girls, so I used a sweep to put one on the ground, and then used vertical strikes to delete the other from the situation.
For the shadows of the past consume us whole.
Vertical strikes, when combined with super dizzy states on bosses, can lead to the most devastating damage in the game. To review, the super dizzy state, or heavy stun as I referred to it in my structure and stun video, occurs after an enemy has received a certain amount of damage in a set amount of time. On boss fights, this is usually on the 3rd counter hit, sometimes on the 2nd, maybe sometimes on the 4th, it depends on how you're playing. Landing the counter hit will trigger an extended stun window for a long combo. We'll use the botanist as our example. Ducking his attack and counter hitting is giving me my preferred punish of heavy, cancel, heavy raining strikes. But on the 3rd counter hit, Super Dizzy is activated and I can do 2 sets of heavy duck cancel, then a round of 3 heavies into heavy raining strikes. As 16-bit would say, that's big dammy. Now, as soon as this Super Dizzy combo finishes, I pull the trigger on vertical strikes. I get 3 rounds of heavy duck cancel into a round of 3 heavies and heavy raining strikes. When you put it all together, I have deleted 70% of his health. You can work in other high damaging moves to make this even more ridiculous. Here's some super dizzy combos into vertical strikes on Sean and Kuroki. Thanks for watching this video. A lot of people have asked if I'm going to do an official review of SIFU. I will, I just need some time.